on the beach, you know, we're friends and everything, but when we're in the water, you know, you know, he's just another guy with a jersey on, and you know, you can't hold back. You know, you got to do what you got to do to win. I mean, that's why we're here to win, right?
My name's Rob Machado, and surfing is my natural high.
Wow. This is cool. This is going to be really cool.
Rob Machado lives a life that is truly out of this world. With his wild curly hair and smooth style, he changed what surfing could be. When others chased trophies and fame, Rob found a deeper connection with the ocean. He walked away from contests to protect the environment and design boards for everyday surfers. This is the story of a man who followed his heart and created something truly special. Born in Sydney, Australia in 1973, Robert Edward Machado seemed an unlikely candidate to revolutionize surfing. At age 4, his family relocated to Cardiff-by-the-Sea, California, the place that would shape his identity. Ironically, the man known for his liquid grace on waves was initially terrified of the ocean. "I was scared to death of the ocean as a kid," Rob admits with his characteristic easy smile. Growing up in a stable, supportive family set Rob Machado apart from many of his future peers. His parents were passionate about surfing and encouraged his early love for the ocean, providing an environment that nurtured his balanced approach to life. This childhood, shared with his brother Justin, planted seeds of calm confidence that would later define his surfing style. By age 8, Rob conquered his fears and found his calling in the waves of Southern California. His natural talent emerged quickly. At just 13, he claimed the U.S. Amateur Surfing Championships in the Menahune category, an early sign that something special was brewing in the young surfer with the distinctive curly hair. The early 1990s marked a revolution in surfing, and Rob stood at its center. Alongside friends Kelly Slater, Shane Dorian, and Taylor Knox, he formed part of what became known as the Momentum Generation, a group of young surfers whose progressive approach would forever transform the sport.
In '84, turned pro in '91. I've been a pro surfer ever since.
Under filmmaker Taylor Steele's lens, these surfers brought raw energy and technical innovation to audiences worldwide. While his peers often powered through waves with aggressive force, Rob developed something different, a flowing, artistic approach that made difficult maneuvers look effortless. "There was magic in watching Rob surf," says Taylor Steele. "He didn't just ride waves, he painted masterpieces on them, making the impossible look effortless." In 1992, Rob won the OP Pro Junior and turned professional. The following year, he conquered the Professional Surfing Association of America Tour, joined the ASP World Tour, and was named Rookie of the Year. His meteoric rise had begun.
I never dreamed of winning a Pipe Masters. I was like number 8 in the world. That was my first year on tour, and people were like, "Oh yeah, he's a small wave guy, like he's scared and blah, blah, blah." I remember I caught a big wave and I ate crap on it, you know, and it was in the contest.
For 9 seasons, Rob remained among surfing's elite on the World Championship Tour. His goofy-footed style, right foot forward, became instantly recognizable. Smooth, flowing lines that earned him the nickname Mr. Smooth, and comparisons to Hawaiian legend Jerry Lopez. By 1995, Rob nearly claimed surfing's ultimate prize, finishing second in the world rankings. That same year produced perhaps the most iconic moment of his competitive career, the famous high five with Kelly Slater during their semi-final heat at the Pipeline Masters. In the heat of competition, with a world title potentially on the line, Rob paddled over to Slater in the channel and casually slapped his hand. This spontaneous gesture of friendship became legendary, interpreted by some as the moment that cost Rob a world title, and by others as the perfect expression of his character. "Everyone thinks it was a terrible decision that I high-fived Kelly," Rob reflects. "I actually love the stories around it. Some people say it cost me a world title. You're all tripping. That heat was already Kelly's." Whether strategic or spontaneous, that high five symbolized something essential about Rob Machado: his unwillingness to let competition overshadow connection. By 2001, despite 12 championship tour victories and consistent top rankings, Rob's competitive career faced a critical juncture. After breaking his hand and missing several events, he appeared before his peers seeking an injury wildcard to continue on tour. The request was denied. "We've got airplanes flying into buildings, Gotcha goes bankrupt, I break my hand, miss events, finish dead last, and get voted off tour," Rob summarizes with characteristic perspective. This moment, potentially devastating for a career athlete, instead became the catalyst for something new. Freed from competitive constraints, Rob embarked on a journey of rediscovery, one that would lead him to unexpected horizons. The early 2000s marked a profound shift in Rob's life, both personally and professionally. His marriage to his first wife, Patu, ended in 2007, sending him into a period of soul-searching that took him to the waves of Indonesia. For 6 months, he surfed and journaled his experiences, raw material that would later become The Drifter, a 2009 film directed by Taylor Steele. "The film was therapy," Rob acknowledges. "I was working through things, figuring out who I was beyond competition." This period of introspection coincided with Rob's evolution into one of surfing's first prominent free surfers. Professional athletes who build careers based on creativity and exploration rather than competitive results. In stepping away from structured competition, Rob discovered a new kind of freedom in the water and in life. In 2004, a seemingly small observation sparked a major life mission. While visiting his old elementary school, Rob noticed students refusing to use water fountains, instead relying exclusively on disposable plastic bottles. "Man, don't you remember being perfectly happy drinking out of hoses, the sink, water fountains, whatever?" Rob recalls thinking. But fast forwarding to 2004, that's just not what people were about. It was single-use plastic water bottles, and it was set in stone. "That's when I started the foundation." The Rob Machado Foundation began with this simple insight and grew into a significant force for environmental education and ocean conservation. Through water bottle filling stations in schools, distribution of reusable bottles, beach cleanups, and educational programs, Rob's foundation has prevented over 1.5 million plastic bottles from entering landfills. "In a perfect world, I would love to see every kid coming to school with a reusable water bottle," he explains. Creating that perfect little ecosystem that they're just comfortable with it becomes part of their life. This environmental commitment represents Rob's deepest values, caring for the ocean that has given him so much and ensuring future generations can experience its wonder. Like the ocean itself, Rob's creative energy flows in many directions. Music has been a lifelong passion, leading him to form the Surfers Band with Kelly Slater and Peter King in 1998. His collection of guitars rivals his quiver of surfboards, including vintage treasures like a 1968 Martin acoustic and a 1973 Fender Stratocaster. From performing with Pearl Jam in Queensland to jamming with Jack Johnson, Rob's musical journey parallels his surfing, always seeking authentic expression and flow. This artistic sensibility extends to his love of various musical styles, from Jimi Hendrix and the Beatles to Bob Marley and Mississippi John Hurt. Rob's creativity found another outlet in surfboard design. After years riding boards shaped by legends like Al Merrick at Channel Islands, he began exploring his own concepts. The story goes that he once borrowed one of Kelly Slater's boards, a 510 Channel Islands model, and never returned it. So inspired was he by its design. Working with manufacturers like Firewire, he's created innovative designs, including the Go Fish, Seaside, and Mashup, boards that prioritize accessibility and enjoyment for everyday surfers over competitive performance. "I'm just trying to make surfboards that make people happy," Rob explains with characteristic simplicity. "If people are going out and riding waves and coming home with a smile on their face, their wives should thank me." Today, Rob lives with his second wife, Sophie Villardo, whom he married in 2013, and their blended family including daughters Rosé and Macy from his first marriage, and son Jackson with Sophie. Together they opened Salt Culture, a concept clothing and interior design boutique in Encinitas. Home remains Cardiff-by-the-Sea, where Rob can often be spotted checking the surf in his 1973 Dodge Balboa van, what he calls his ultimate freedom vehicle. His mornings begin with an elaborate tea ritual, combining ginger, green tea, lemongrass, spearmint, turmeric, cayenne pepper, and honey. A small daily ceremony reflecting his thoughtful approach to life. "Style is the nucleus of surfing," Rob once said, expressing a philosophy that extends beyond wave riding. Whether designing furniture from reclaimed wood, growing his own food, or practicing yoga, Rob brings the same fluid grace to daily life that he displays on his surfboard. With his distinctive curly hair and laid-back demeanor, Rob might seem like the quintessential California surfer stereotype. But beneath that exterior lies a thoughtful environmental activist, a dedicated father, a successful entrepreneur with a net worth estimated between $6 to $15 million, and a principled man who walked away from conventional success to forge his own path. Rob's contributions to surfing have been formally recognized through his induction into the Huntington Beach Surfing Walk of Fame and the Surfers Hall of Fame. In 2011, the Surf Industry Manufacturers Association named him Waterman of the Year. Yet his true legacy extends far beyond these accolades. By pioneering the free surfer path, he opened doors for future generations like Dane Reynolds and Craig Anderson. His environmental leadership set standards for the industry long before sustainability became mainstream. His board designs continue to influence how everyday surfers experience waves. In recent years, Rob has collaborated on innovative projects like Fire on the Mountain, a film merging surfing, snowboarding, and skateboarding with the music of the Grateful Dead. He continues designing new board models, leading environmental initiatives, and occasionally appearing as a commentator at major surf competitions.
We are in Indonesia. I'm glowing. I'm gonna jump in the ocean now. Try not to get electrocuted.
His journey from competitive surfer to environmental activist, from traditional athlete to creative entrepreneur, reflects a life lived intentionally. When asked about vans with curtains being called pervert mobiles on social media, Rob responded with characteristic directness, "My van has curtains and they fucking rule." It's this authentic, unapologetic approach to life that continues to endear him to fans worldwide. The ocean taught Rob Machado its most profound lesson. True mastery isn't about domination, but about finding flow. In walking away from competitive surfing, he found something more valuable, a life authentic to his values, connected to nature, and dedicated to making a positive impact. Some champions are measured by trophies. Rob Machado's legacy is measured by waves of influence that continue spreading across generations, shaping how we surf and how we live.